Robert Irwin, the 21-year-old wildlife warrior and son of the late Steve Irwin, made headlines yesterday when he was abruptly escorted off the set of ABC's The View following an explosive on-air confrontation with co-host Joy Behar that left the studio audience stunned and social media in absolute chaos. What started as a light-hearted segment promoting his new Australia Zoo conservation campaign quickly spiraled into a fiery exchange after Behar made what many are calling a dismissive and condescending remark about crocodile conservation efforts in northern Queensland. Sources inside the studio say the tension was palpable from the moment Irwin sat down, with Behar allegedly rolling her eyes when the young conservationist began showing adorable footage of baby saltwater crocodiles being relocated away from human-populated areas. According to eyewitnesses, Behar interrupted Irwin mid-sentence with the now infamous quip, "Sweetie, aren't crocodiles basically just prehistoric dinosaurs that should have stayed extinct? Why are we saving them when they eat people?" The studio fell silent for a split second before Irwin, normally known for his perpetually sunny disposition, visibly stiffened and responded with a calm but firm defense of the species that his family has spent decades protecting. Within minutes the exchange escalated dramatically, with Behar doubling down and accusing Irwin of glamorizing dangerous animals while Irwin fired back that dismissing an entire apex predator species showed breathtaking ignorance about ecosystem balance. Producers reportedly went to commercial early as the argument grew louder, and when the show returned from break, Robert Irwin was no longer at the table. The full exchange has since leaked online through audience phone recordings and is spreading like wildfire across every platform imaginable. In the viral clip, you can clearly hear Joy Behar say, "Look, I get it, your dad wrestled crocs and it made great TV, but let's be honest, those animals are serial killers with scales." Robert Irwin immediately pushed back, explaining that saltwater crocodiles are a keystone species and that Australia's conservation program reduced human fatalities from over 20 per year pre-1970s to practically zero today while allowing the population to recover from near extinction. Behar appeared unimpressed and shot back, "Maybe if they weren't trying to eat children we wouldn't have needed to hunt them in the first place." At that point Irwin's smile completely vanished, and he replied, "With respect, Joy, that kind of attitude is exactly why my father spent his life educating people. Crocodiles don't try to eat children, they're wild animals doing what they've done for 200 million years. We're the ones who moved into their habitat." The audience erupted into a mix of gasps and applause, with one woman reportedly shouting, "You tell her, Robert." From the front row, Whoopi Goldberg tried to jump in and defuse the situation with a joke about loving crocodile boots, which only made things worse when Irwin politely but pointedly said, "That's exactly the mindset we're fighting against." Within seconds, a producer could be seen off-camera frantically waving at the hosts while stage managers moved toward the desk. When the show cut to commercial, things reportedly got even more heated backstage. Multiple crew members claim Joy Behar continued the argument off-air, allegedly telling Irwin he was too young to lecture anybody and that his father got what was coming to him because he played with dangerous animals. That last comment apparently crossed a line no one expected. Witnesses say Robert Irwin went completely still, turned bright red, and responded with a chillingly calm, "My father died doing what he loved, trying to protect this planet, something I'm starting to realize not everyone values." Security was called not because Irwin became physical, but because Behar reportedly demanded he be removed from the building immediately, claiming she felt threatened by his aggressive tone. The young conservationist gathered his materials, including the small taxidermy croc he brought for the segment, and walked off set with dignity while the audience gave him a standing ovation that could be heard all the way in the green room. By the time the show returned from break, Anna Navarro was awkwardly explaining that our guest had a scheduling conflict and had to leave early for the airport, while Sunny Hostin looked visibly uncomfortable and kept staring at Behar. Social media exploded within minutes of the leaked footage hitting X and TikTok, with #StandWithRobert and #BoycottTheView both trending worldwide by lunchtime. Conservative commentators were quick to frame the incident as yet another example of liberal Hollywood elites attacking traditional values and disrespecting the legacy of Steve Irwin, while Australian users flooded the comments with crocodile emojis and memes of Robert as a caped superhero defending his father's honor. Bindi Irwin posted a simple broken heart emoji on her Instagram story, followed by a photo of her brother holding a baby croc with the caption "Proud of you always." Even Terry Irwin broke her usual social media silence to write, "My children carry on their father's message with grace even when faced with ignorance. Education greater than confrontation." Meanwhile, clips of Joy Behar's past controversial statements were dug up and stitched together with the new footage, creating compilation videos titled "Joy Behar Hates Everything Pure" that tracked up tens of millions of views in hours. ABC issued a brief statement saying they regret the way the segment unfolded but stopped short of an apology, while insiders claim executives are in full damage control mode. By late afternoon, merchandise featuring Robert Irwin's now iconic line "Breathtaking Ignorance" started popping up on Redbubble and Etsy, with t-shirts, mugs, and even crocodile-shaped plush toys bearing the quote selling out almost instantly. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese weighed in during a press conference, laughing that he wouldn't want to be on Robert's bad side in a billabong and praising the Irwin family's decades of conservation work. Celebrity supporters ranging from Chris Hemsworth to Russell Crowe posted stories defending the young star, while American late-night hosts were reportedly scrambling to book Robert as a guest before anyone else. Joy Behar, for her part, went radio silent on social media, though paparazzi caught her leaving her Manhattan apartment wearing oversized sunglasses and looking visibly annoyed when asked about the incident. Rumor has it that ABC Legal is now reviewing whether Behar's alleged off-air comment about Steve Irwin getting what was coming could open the network to a defamation claim, especially given Australia's strict laws and the Irwin family's global influence. As of this evening, Robert Irwin has landed back in Australia and posted a short video from Australia Zoo standing in front of the crocosome his father built, holding the same baby crocodile he tried to show on The View. In his trademark khaki uniform and with that unmistakable gentle smile back on his face, he said simply, "Dad always taught us that the message is bigger than any one moment. We'll keep fighting for the animals, no matter who tries to silence us." See you all soon, and remember, conservation is for everyone, even if some people need a little more convincing than others. The video already has 45 million views and counting, effectively turning what could have been a career-damaging moment for a 21-year-old into the biggest platform he's ever had. Sources close to the family say multiple networks have reached out with offers for Robert to host his own special, and bookers from Ellen's old team, now working elsewhere, are reportedly putting together a redemption tour-style lineup. Whatever happens next, one thing is clear: you do not come for the Irwins unless you're prepared for an entire continent, plus half the internet, to bite back harder than any saltwater croc ever could.